Welcome back to another episode of the Wellsy Weekly Podcast, the show where I talk about anything and everything. My name is John, aka Wellsy, and I'm back, baby. You know, I have had a long break, and I do apologise for that. The reason for that, I was originally ill, and then just didn't have the motivation to really do these podcasts or do anything ever, really. But that's gone now. I'm back at uni, got a new room, so that's why it's a bit echoey. Apologies for that. But yeah, hopefully this should be a regular thing again. So, without further ado, let's get this episode started. And today, I want to talk about pets, right? The big ones, the fluffy ones, the small ones, the little judgmental ones that stare at me when I'm cooking. We'll get to that one a little later on. Yeah, I want to talk about pets, because I've had a lot of my time. A lot of people seem to have them, so it's a good thing to talk about. And the question I've got for you today is one that's been talked about for many years, I'm sure. And that question is, are you a cat person or a dog person? Now, this question has been around since the dawn of time, probably. Egyptians worshipped cats, they've got a sphinx and everything. And other people say dogs are man's best friend. I personally think that in the future, we're going to have wars over these animals. There's going to be a canine faction, there's going to be a kitty faction, there might be just the general other animals faction, or all the animals are just going to team up and they're going to take over the world against the humans. Like that TV show and book by James Patterson, Zoo, I think it was called. I might be wrong, so you can correct me on that. Yeah, I just want to know if people are a dog person or a cat person. So, we're going to do this by having 3 areas to basically judge a cat and a dog. And then I'll give a score based on which I personally think deserves it. Well, I personally think would do better in each area, and then at the end I'll just ask you what you think. So let's start off with allergies, right? And I'm allergic to cats and dogs, but there's only certain types of dogs I'm allergic to. It's like my dog at home, he's called Ozzy, he's a Parsons Terrier. I'm not exactly allergic to him, and I wasn't allergic to my husky either when we were little. I was, however, allergic to the basset hound at my dad's. She was called Sally. She was lovely, but I was allergic to her, unfortunately. And I know you can get these hypoallergenic pets, and they're bred to stop all these allergies and stuff. But to be honest, I'm not too bad when it comes to dogs, mostly. It just depends on the type of fur. I think it's shorter furs I'm alright with, but the longer furs that collect a lot of dust, I'm probably not so good with. So when it comes to dogs, I've just got to be careful what I'm petting, or what dogs I'm petting. As for cats, I'm allergic to all cats. I have yet to find a cat that I am actually not allergic to, which is a shame, really. But I have the mutual agreement with cats, right? I look at one, it looks at me, we give each other an agreement to nod, give a subtle nod like, how you doing? And we'll move on, right? Done. Within allergies, I'd probably say dogs win. So that's 1-0 to dogs. The second area is probably companionship. Now, like I've said, I've grown up with dogs, so I'm probably going to be a bit more biased to dogs in all of this, to be honest. But you know what? Whenever I've met a dog, they just seem to play with you. They're really excitable. They're really excited, and they want to play with you. It's like they'll give you a bone, a ball, and you throw it. They love to play catch, have their belly rubbed and all that kind of stuff. And they're just generally happy to see you. Especially my dog. When I come home, he'll just start jumping up and giving me a fuss, really. And they know when you're unwell as well. So it's like if you're ill, your dog will come up to you my dog anyway. They come up to you, they know something's off with you. So they might just be a little more caring in that regard. As for cats, they just sod off, right? You could go on holiday for 2 weeks, not have given the cat any food, and it would have been perfectly fine. I mean, not in all cases, some of them might just get picked up by a stranger and then taken into their house, but hopefully that doesn't happen. Also, cats seem to have really bad mood swings, so if you're with them, they seem to be fine, just there, casually, just sitting there, and then all of a sudden they'll just start attacking you, and then getting the claws out and stuff, which is probably not a good thing. So, as for companionship, I'd probably say dogs win again. So that's 2-0 to dogs, but that's just my opinion. You may have a different opinion, and that's absolutely fine. And the last area I want to quickly talk about is cuteness, right? Humans seem to like small, fluffy creatures, right? And both puppies and kittens are small and fluffy. and I like it as well. I mean, if you see a picture, my sister does it a lot. She'll show me pictures of like puppies and kittens and stuff because she really wants one. I mean, she's not going to get one, but she might do eventually. But no, you get a kitten, you get a puppy, you just see it and you go, aww. Oh, look at the little kitty cat. Look at the little puppy. Oh, he's so cute. Also, animals seem to have like really big eyes. Like, I don't know what it is. Animals with big, bright eyes, or just anything with big, bright eyes, seems to be cuter in a way. I don't know why. I don't know how, but it just does. So, as for cuteness, I'd probably say cats and dogs are about even. So I'm not going to give any points to anything. So after all that, just those 3 areas, there's a lot more areas to discuss, like, or compare them to. But I'd probably say dogs. I prefer dogs, but I've grown up with dogs, so of course I'm going to be biased. Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, or if you've come from my Facebook page, you can comment on that as well. Now, as I mentioned at the start, I've had a lot of pets. I've had dogs, I've grown up with guinea pigs, rabbits, I've even had a goldfish for about 20 years, right? And I've got a couple of stories to tell, as you can imagine. So I'll probably start. I'll start with this story. It's about 2 guinea pigs we had. They were called Alvin and Theo, named after the chipmunks. I don't know why they were called. I think we just liked it, the names, to be honest. Also, none of them had glasses, so we can't call them Simon. Anyway, it was about the same time we had our husky Max. And what happened is, the guinea pig cage was left open. The cage was outside, dogs usually stayed inside. But unfortunately this day, the cage was left open and we'd all gone out, we'd done whatever we'd done outside the house, and when we came back, we couldn't find the dog anywhere. Then we noticed the back door was open and we're like, oh, what's happened here? We couldn't find him. We couldn't find him anywhere until we looked inside the guinea pig cage. And do you know what he'd done? He'd gone into the guinea pig cage. Bearing in mind, he's a husky, right? A husky had managed to jump into the guinea pig cage, and he had 1 guinea pig under one arm and 1 guinea pig under the other arm. He was cuddling the guinea pigs, right? And unfortunately, I shouldn't really laugh, but unfortunately he did frighten one of them to death. But the other, he just wanted to cuddle with the guinea pigs. I thought that's brilliant, you know. I mean, not the death part, but you know. The fact he just wanted a hug, I thought that was really quite amusing. What else has happened with pets? Oh, I've outlived a goldfish. I was quite proud of that. And when I say, I know it sounds not exciting, but let me tell you, I've had that goldfish for nearly 20 years. So they bought a goldfish when I was very young. Well, they bought 2, Finny and Fizz. Fizz because my sister liked the tweenies, and Finny because he had like a Nemo fin where he just flapped around, just like. And they both survived for quite a long time, to be fair. Fizz was a bit greedy and ate a lot of the food. Eventually turned white instead of gold. But yeah, it only recently, I say recently died. It died about a few months ago. But they got it the year I was born. So that goldfish had lived for 20 years. Yeah, I'm quite proud. I've outlived a goldfish, you know, so well done me. And finally, I should probably mention this. Do you know at the start I was talking about evil judgmental animals? Well, the reason I mentioned that is because I accidentally bought a hamster last year. And yes, you heard me right, I accidentally bought a hamster. So let me tell you the story. So, I was in the flat at uni, and we'd had a Chinese as a flat together, you know. And the lasses, they were all I thought they were jokingly said, "Should we get a hamster? Should we get a hamster?" I jokingly said, "Yeah, alright." So the rest of the night carries on. It was a nice night. And then the next day I wake up, it's early, I'm rushing around to get to uni, and I bump into one of the lasses. And she's like, "John, have you got the money?" Now, I thought the money was for the Chinese we'd had. I thought I'd forgotten to pay. So I was like, oh crap, sure. So I'll whip out a tenner from my wallet. I give her the money. And then I run off, do whatever I do at uni. And then I come back. And then, on my kitchen table, do you know what I find? I find a bloody hamster named Mabel. I find a rodent in my kitchen called Mabel. I was fuming. I've accidentally bought a hamster. And the thing is, it stayed in the kitchen. It's like, that's unhygienic. I didn't want it there. I didn't pay for any more of that stuff. I didn't pay for its food. I didn't pay for its hay, its cage, anything. I paid for the hamster, which I'm really annoyed. Well, partly for the hamster, which I'm really annoyed about. But yeah, they kept it on the other side of the kitchen in its cage. And you know, every time I cook, I kid you not, this little, like, albino hamster would just stare at me. It would stare at me when I'm cooking, and I'm not a very good cook anyway, so I was already nervous as it was. But then, having a little judgmental creature staring at me, it's not fun. It's not fun. I insulted it a lot. I threatened it a lot as well, to be fair. Threatened I'd kebab it, or put it on a skewer. I do actually kind of miss that hamster now I'm thinking about it. Because it was company after all, and I had a lot of time in that flat where I was on my one, cooking, because I didn't like cooking in front of other people. And yeah, I do, weirdly enough, miss the hamster. I just accidentally bought it, which is very weird. And I think that's probably it for today. I haven't really got any other stories for pets. The question today was, are you a cat person or a dog person? Let me know in the comments down below, or if you came from Facebook, let me know on that as well. And if you've got any pet stories, let me know as well. I'd love to hear it. Anyway, thank you for listening, and as always, enjoy a cuppa.